Morning, y'all. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate taking time out of your busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Cuppa and COPPA. What is COPPA? I don't know. Well, I mean, I do. I know the definition. Children's Online Privacy Protection Act of 1998. It's been in effect for what, 20 years. So, in the news here recently because YouTube got snagged by the government for, I don't know, tracking kids with cookies or something. And that was against the rules. So now they're cracking down, or they say they're cracking down. And people are going nuts here on YouTube because, well, they're saying that they can, just come in and shut down your channel, and you can have a fine up to $42,350. It's a lot of money. It's a lot to be worried about. But from what I can understand, there's not really going to be a whole lot of changes. They're not going to just come in and, people are saying they're going to come in and wholesale close down channels, and I'm not seeing that. I'm thinking this is more like that Y2A thing that we went through back in 2000, where everybody was like, "Oh, your computer's going to die at midnight on January 1st, 2000," and it didn't. you know, uh, there's something going on December 10th. Then there's another thing coming in January 1st. It's going to be some kind of a purge or whatever, and yeah, I don't know. I hope not. I enjoy doing YouTube, but oh, excuse me, orange juice. Um, yeah, I hope nothing happens because I really enjoy this. There's a few things if you get into it and look in it close, and I've listened to a couple of the lawyers on here, and they're blasting it out and making it sound like Armageddon, or the apocalypse, the YouTube apocalypse. Also, I don't think so. I don't know, but I'm no expert. I'm no lawyer. I can only go by what I'm looking at on here, and YouTube is saying there's really no new changes. They're not going to come in and do that. Um, if you look at, there was one article I was reading, and it from the FTC, or FTC, yeah, I think it's the FTC or FCC, whatever. But they were saying you can be fined up to $42,353 or something. I don't know, some strange number, but that is up to. And they're not just going to come in and say, "Oh, your video is bad. You owe us $43,000." The government doesn't. The United States doesn't work that way. Um, yeah, Federal Trade Commission, the FTC. They have to come in. They have to say, look, you're wrong, and then you have to go to court, and then they come in and they fine you, and they specifically say, that they're not going to come in and just fine everybody, the top dollar. Boom. You're screwed basically, because they don't want to put people out of business. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. So you could get a fine for $1. That would be that it's not likely, but it's possible because it says up to. So anything from a penny up to $42,352.50 or $53, or whatever the heck that number is. And it seems to me that it's only channels that are monetized. I'm not monetized, so. And I understand a lot of people do YouTube for the money. Even smaller channels, they're out there to make the money. And okay, I get it. You know, that's your job. You know, you have to work within your job's parameters. It doesn't matter what job you're doing. You know, if you're landscaping, you've got to work to a plan. You know, if you're driving a truck, you've got certain routes you got to take, and you know you're making deliveries to certain places. You can't just like go to a warehouse, get a bunch of stuff, and drive wherever you want and drop it off wherever you want. You're not going to make any money doing that. I guarantee. So you have to follow rules, and they're basically the same rules that have always been in effect. But it seems like YouTube is cracking down on it now because they got caught. You know, all this stuff going on the political side, where they were saying that YouTube is they're for one side and not the other, and they're blocking content for one side and not the other, and if you Google something, you're only getting one point of view, and apparently the government went in and said tisk 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 tisk, but they also looked deeper into what they were doing with children and found that they were uh, putting cookies in with children's content and tracking what the children were doing, which was totally against this COPPA thing of 1998. And YouTube basically got a slap on the wrist. I mean, I don't know, $1 million or $12 million or whatever it was, with a company as big as YouTube is. Not a major big deal. But YouTube turned around and said, "It's your fault, creators. You made us pay a fine. Now we're gonna, crack down on you." Well, how hard are they going to crack down? Who knows? I mean, yeah, they're going to turn on a new algorithm. They're going to chase down some words. I mean, people are saying that like you can't say knife or gun, or you can't show them. There's if you mark your channel as for adult or not made for children, and then the FTC comes in and says, "Oh, well, it's maybe children would want to watch you," then that's a fine. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't foresee that actually happening. Um, I think it's a lot of scare tactic. I'm going to hope it's a lot of scare tactic, because that's the type of stuff I do. Now, I do not make content for children. I think my channel is basically family friendly. I try not to use profanity. I don't I don't do anything on here that I wouldn't want my grandkids to watch, because they do watch. They watch all the time, and I'm surprised at the ones they do watch, because well, like the other day, I had a pair of socks, and the grandkid was like, "I thought you couldn't find socks at Walmart." I was like, "These are ones I had," but yeah. So it's surprising what videos they do watch and how much of it they do watch. But so my content is family friendly. There's only two ways you can market. Excuse me. On YouTube, it's either made for kids or not made for kids. Actually, there's three, because then you can also put 18 and over. That's a special designation. It should be. I think they should have kid friendly, family friendly, uh, R rated, X rated, just like movies. Um, and when you get down to it, what good does it do? I mean, seriously, what good does it do? My 9-year-old grandson knows how to go on the computer, make a Gmail account, and come on to YouTube as an adult if he wanted to. He doesn't, but he knows how to. Um, the kid writes code. I'm sure he knows how to get around adult content. Um, so what good does it do in the long run? I don't know. Um, People that write content for kids. Uh, there's one I was reading about. She does, excuse me, she does music and cartoons for kids. And she marked her content as made for kids, and now it doesn't. Her content doesn't show up on search engines. So on Google search, like the article was saying, what good does that do if the kid wants to watch uh, unicorn rainbows or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but they can't search for it because it won't show up in the search machine. You have to remember her name and go to her channel, and then search her channel individually. And um, it seems like it's going to affect people that way. Like you can't come in and just go in and search my not today videos if I'm marked as child content. I don't know what it's going to do because I'm marked as not made for children. Um, Hopefully it'll still you'll still get it. You'll still get notifications on your subscriber list, and we're like I'm not even sure how all notifications work. I open I open my subscribers page, and then everybody that's posted a video is on there. I don't remember a quarter of who all is on my subscription list. Um, if they didn't pop up on the screen, I wouldn't think to go look for them every day or every couple of days or anything else. So it's going to make a change. I'm sure there's going to be some change. I don't think it's going to be as drastic as some people are thinking. People are going in and deleting content like left, right, and sideways. Like one channel went in and deleted over 2,000 videos where they're moving and they're running to Patreon and um, what is it, Magic and Twilight. I don't know. There's a couple of other pay to play channels out there where if y'all want to, if I move to Patreon, or I think it's Magic, MAJIK, I don't know, but any one of the pay platforms, then you'd have to pay $1, $5, $10, whatever it is, to watch my content. My problem with that is, like I said, I've got so many subscriptions, so many people that I enjoy watching, and I don't watch every video that they put out. I don't expect y'all to watch every video that I put out. But I like to see what's there so I have a choice, and I'll watch it, or I watch part of it, or I fast forward through parts or whatever. And but I've got a choice there. If I had to pay $1 for every one of my subscribers or every one of my subscriptions, I'm not even sure how many I have. 200, 300. There's a lot on there. I couldn't afford that. There's no way, you know. I'd be limited to like maybe 10 channels a month or something. So, uh, yeah, it just I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what to say to y'all out there. If my channel just suddenly disappears, um, hopefully you're on my Facebook or you're on my Instagram, and if it happens, I'll put some posts. I'll put some posts on those social medias. Apparently, the FTC is breaking is coming down hard on the other social medias as well. Maybe not as hard as YouTube, and supposedly the pay to play places they're under the same rules. The COPPA I mean, it covers everybody. So in the end, it really doesn't matter if you're on YouTube or Patreon or Magic or Twitter or Facebook or MySpace or whatever it is you're on. If they come in and they create a brand new platform, you still have to contend with COPPA. It's the law of the land. You have to deal with it. Even going international. I know I've got a couple of y'all out there from across the pond and um, down under and wherever y'all are. Um, y'all need to deal with the COPA laws as well. I don't know if the law is international. I know it's here in the United States. But if y'all want your content shown in the United States, then you have to abide by COPA, and just basically if you're on YouTube, you have to abide by COPA. So I watched the Slingshot channel. He's out of Germany. He has to deal with um, his local laws on firearms and weapons and stuff like that. But he also has to deal with the rules and regulations of YouTube, which is basically in the United States. I mean, there is a European uh, contingent of YouTube, but it's still under the umbrella of the main company in the United States. So he has to deal with that too. Again, I don't foresee it being as major as people are thinking. Maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. Um, but like I said, I'm looking back to this to Y2K, and I mean, people. If you remember back then, people were going crazy. Like they wanted to turn their computers off. They wanted to set their computer dates back. They wanted, there were people throwing all kinds of downloadable band-aids on. If Y2K is coming, your computer's going to shut down. Download this and be safe. And excuse me, it all came to nothing. So I don't know. Is the FTC going to jump all over me for occasionally slipping and saying "damn"? I don't think so. I mean, listen to the radio and listen to what's going on the radio. Uh, they're under the same rules and regulations. Uh, it's under a different heading, but everything it's pretty much the same type thing. Protect kids and whatever. Um, and if the music is played online, they're definitely they have to answer. They have to. Oh, excuse me. They have to be in line with the COPA regulations. Like I said, I really don't know. I got my computer turned on over here, uh, and it's no help. People, like I said, people are jumping scared and running scared, and throwing adult content 18 plus on their videos because they don't want to get fined. They're like, oh my god, if the FTC comes knocking on my door, they're going to want $43,000. Again, it doesn't work that way. Um, there's a system you have to go through. They have to come in. They have to say, look, we think your content, this content is labeled wrong, and then they'll come in and you'll have a chance to change it or take it down, or there's all kinds of different things you can go to. It may eventually go to court. I mean, you may have to get an attorney, or you may have to throw yourself on the mercy of the court and get a court appointed attorney. There's they're not just going to come in and rip your house away from you because you owe them $43,000. At least not yet. The government doesn't work that way. Not yet. So this cold's kicking my butt. Um, yeah, so if something happens to my channel, and like I said, my channel is suddenly gone, uh, check my Facebook, check my Instagram, and we'll see what's going on. I had a small scare, and a couple of y'all out there know what I'm talking about. Doing it cheap. Uh, Bob disappeared. Like one day his videos were out, and then the next day nothing. And then you went to his main channel, and it was like there's no content here, and there were only a couple of really a lot older videos, and everybody was like, "What happened to Bob?" You know, it was like, "Oh my God, he showed a pistol the other day. Did YouTube just rip him off the air?" Well, oh, excuse me. Turned out to be a false alarm. He hit the wrong button when he uploaded a video and put everything on private. So, or something to that. That's what I think he said he did. Um, he said something about hitting the wrong setting or doing something. So anyway, yeah. If I suddenly just drop out of existence, stop being on YouTube, maybe this all came to fruition. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping because, well, for several reasons. First of all, jet going overhead. Um, First of all, I think I'm fairly family friendly. I'm not made for kids. There may be some content that's attractive to kids, but it's not made. It's not made for them. It's not geared towards them, but it's not geared against them either. Um, and then I'm not monetized, so a lot of this is going against companies or channels that are putting up content that could be kid friendly, and then putting up commercials, and where they're riding on they're saying they're kid friendly, and then putting up commercials, and they're making money, and if they're wrong, then basically they lied to the government, and there's a big rigmarole out there. But I'm not monetized. I don't want to be monetized. It's not a steady income. I mean, if I had 1 million subscribers out there, and I could count on, getting $5,000 a month or $8,000 a month every month, yeah, I could see doing that, without a problem. But to get, $300 one month and 30 the next, and have to deal with all I'm on disability, and it would mess with my disability. It would mess with just so many hoops I'd have to jump through every month and report different amounts of income, and certain incomes will make your other income drop. And like if I make $300 one month, they'll drop my disability. They'll take money out of it for like the next 4 months. you know, it's kind of a penalty. It sucks really, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm not monetized unless, like I said, unless I could be guaranteed enough that it wouldn't matter. Then okay, I'll do it. But right now, yeah, there's no reason to. That's why I'm not on Patreon. I don't need the added hassle of reporting every month what my income is. So anyway, I've been waffling long enough. This is running on 20 almost 25 minutes. So I don't know. I'm not a COPPA expert. I only know what I've been looking at. I know that I've been looking at people totally freaking out, and then I'm going in and I'm reading the ruling at the FTC, and I'm reading responses from YouTube and responses from FTC, and it's just telling me that Yeah, don't lose your mind, dude. More than likely, the apocalypse isn't coming. So let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you'd like to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I'll get links in the description box wherever that is on your device of choice. And yeah, again, if I disappear, look for me on my other social media. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Till I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Slotchy, y'all. Yeah, I haven't removed the the stickers off of them. Sue me. Bye bye.